The Daily Brief News Program. I am Lynette Kamande and I'll be there for the next few minutes. Thank you for joining us as we bring you to this Daily Brief, your destination for reliable stories, in-depth analysis, and bold conversations. Here are the top stories making headlines tonight. AI-powered malware threats, the cost of corruption, how failed leadership is draining nation's future, and lastly, we'll be looking at the rise of AI in information.
Your grandpa's favorite bread since he had hair. Lots of hair. Broadway's Kateni Ule Ule.
Tonight, we begin with a story sparking debate across Kenya. What are Kenyans doing to narrow the widening gap between the political elite and the common citizen? Join the conversation through the Daily Brief WhatsApp channel and share your views. What's the public sentiment on the issue right now? Are citizens optimistic that real change is possible? Here is what our reporter has to say.
With many Kenyans calling for transparency and active citizen participation, the big question remains, is the political establishment ready to listen and respond? Reporting for the Daily Brief, I am David Kibet.
Do you believe that the normal citizen, that's the mwananchi, can bridge the gap between the common man and the elite man?
It's possible, but impossible because we don't have good governance. And for the elite man to be where they are, they need the common man to be common. Because we don't have equal access to education or economic opportunities. You see, we're in a society where the rich, or the rich elite and the poor become even more poor.
Okay.
And that is partly due to maybe bad governance, corruption, and stuff like that. So we have a long way to go.
Joining me now is a political expert who will let us know when we talk about bridging the social-political divide. Where should Kenya begin?
From where I sit, what I will say about this is that the politicians that we have in Kenya would like the gap to be widened between the poor and the rich. What they are interested on, people to depend on them. They give out. So they are really depending on, they would like people to depend on them. That is the main thing. That is why if you go there, if you go talk to them, to educate your children, they will not be happy because they know that after having that kind of education, these will be their competitors. So they would like you to people, they would like the wananchi to remain down there, and then they have it up there so that you depend on them. When they walk around, you will they walk around dissing 1,000 or 2,000 or 500 or 100. You will now be there for them. But what is expected of us, expected of the politician is that they need to educate Kenyans so that these people can be better than them tomorrow.
Do you believe this divide is intentional, a leadership strategy, or a result of systemic failure?
What strategies that can be used to bridge this is the kind of education that we have can be one of the strategies. What kind of education that we need to, and also coming up with things that can engage the youth is important. We need to come up with things that can really engage the youth, because right now the youth are outside there and there is no employment. And again, as politicians, and they are exposed outside there, this will bring in the investors to come up with new companies that can really help and create employment for the youth.
And lastly, how has economic inequality fueled political alienation?
This affects the wananchi or the Kenyans government by, when there is a gap between those who have and those who do not have. there is an effect. There is this kind of dependency which will not help. Yeah, and I look at that as one of the things that can really affect. It brings the gap is widening every day. Somebody said one thing here, that the kind of education that we have currently, CBC, is going to widen the gap between the rich and the poor. Because what people are learning in towns is totally different with what people are learning in the rural area.
We also had Paul Kinoti, who gave us his opinion regarding the current governance or how the state of our country, Kenya, currently is, and this is what he had to say.
I believe Kenya has the power to stop corruption. It's only when the people shall rise up. Otherwise, corruption shall remain to be there.
After the break, we explore how corruption and mismanagement are crippling nations and what ordinary citizens can do to demand transparency. Stay tuned.
Hello, how can I help you?
I'd like to sign up for KCB mobile banking and internet banking, please.
Certainly. Sir,
I'd also like a KCB credit card.
Okay.
And a prepaid card.
Goodness, great.
I'd also like to open a salary account and arrange several standing orders.
I just need you.
I want a personal loan and a home loan. Yes, I need lots of insurance. Oh, I'd also like to deposit a few shillings in my account.
Introducing KCB Simba Points. The more transactions you perform, the more points you earn. Redeem your points for awesome rewards, including air tickets, hotel rooms, iPhone, and so much more. It's no wonder our customers are doing a little more banking than usual. KCB Simba Points. Extra value for valued customers.
In Kenya, Nigeria and beyond, corruption has seeped into nearly every sector, from education to healthcare. Public funds continue to disappear without accountability, leaving millions without proper access to basic services. Many citizens say corruption has become normalized, making reform difficult.
Welcome back. Our next story examines how corruption and poor governance continue to affect millions across Africa. How does this impact the common citizen's livelihood? Let's take a look. Our reporter has more information on that.
As demand for accountability grows louder, citizens say they're ready to challenge corrupt systems. The real test is whether leaders will match this energy with action. Reporting for the Daily Brief, I'm Jonathan Du.
Regarding the cost of corruption in our country, currently Kenya, you as a citizen, especially as a Kenyan citizen, what do you think, what's your point of view? It may affect you as a citizen?
Okay, for me personally, I feel like it has affected not only just me as an individual, but majority of the youth. If you are to just generally describe the current situation economically, you'll find that the government funding that's supposed to reach their respective departments are sort of like not getting to where they're supposed to serve the people. And generally you'll find, for that being said, cost of living tends to go up. So a good example would be, let's say, us youth who are trying to get funding to sort of start businesses. You'll find that it's not reaching us in the lower, yule mwananchi wa kawaida. And unapata sasa, even if you are to even start up our businesses, institutions like KRA are putting up huge tariffs for us to not even afford. So you find that, this so claim big fish. Wao wanaingiliana hapo, they set up a bill which is supposed to serve them and yet the funds. So it has affected me gravely, not just me but also the youth.
Joining us now is a governance expert who will let us know why has corruption in Africa persisted for decades despite numerous anti-corruption agencies.
Well, basically what happens in Africa, we have a universal issue that we have never healed from our colonial masters. So basically the way we have our own election systems, because remember there's a very big connection between our electoral systems, or rather our leadership systems, and corruption. So basically because we've never moved from a very sound system in terms of differentiating from our political system to the current African way. We still have corruption coming in because the way people go into leadership is not the correct way. Then the strength of those particular institutions that are meant to control corruption, they are not independent from the political system. Remember, leaders of these particular institutions across Africa, with even Kenya involved, they are appointed by their presidential appointments or their political appointments. So for them to succeed, there must be an angle of compromise. So basically, Run sees us still facing that challenge, this even from independence points up to date.
What impact does everyday corruption has on the poorest citizens?
So basically, what happens with corruption, and perhaps when you read the PFM Act, it talks about equity in terms of distribution of wealth. So when you have corruption, basically we will not have equity in this particular aspect. There are people who will benefit on resources that are made for public. So basically it affects in big way the beneficiaries of those particular resources. Because let's say, for example, you need to build a road and then this money is squandered or put in the wrong way or utilized in the wrong manner. Of course, those people who are supposed to use particularly this road, that the poor people transporting their own sick friends, relatives, doing agricultural activities, they will not be able to utilize this road as it would have been if it was done well. So basically, we have a very big direct effect for corruption to the poorest in the community.
Lastly, are citizens becoming more vocal and organized in demanding justice?
There is a wake of awareness in terms of justice on corruption issues in the country. But basically, what I'll say is that they are not utilizing the institutions that ought to be utilized to air these particular grievances or air these concerns. Because we've seen aspect of riots and people going to the streets talking about corruption. But remember, we have institutions that speak about corruption and they need to be put into task where we have this particular activity still ongoing, because we've seen the wave, but the wave is not structured in a way that will have effect, because you cannot riot or you cannot demand for justice in the streets on a daily basis for 1 year or for the longest. So basically we need what you call institutional accountability, and that would be the best way to demand justice on corruption aspects.
We also had Felix Osborne from Nairobi County, who got to tell us more information regarding corruption, how corruption has affected us as a nation in our country, Kenya, and what we should do about it.
Corruption is costly in our country, and corruption needs to be dealt with as firmly as possible. So corruption is actually an element that is eating up our system, and it needs to be dealt with, like I said earlier. That is, if the leaders are focused and the citizens from whatever age, we need to deal with corruption. Corruption starts at home, and it exemplifies now to the national level. So if we need to deal with corruption, let's deal with it from the roots, that is from home. Thank you very much. My name is Andrew Joe.
Champions unite with Betway.
From government institutions to small businesses, cybercriminals are taking advantage of advanced AI tools to launch highly sophisticated attacks. Experts warn that Kenyans and other developing nations remain vulnerable as digital systems struggle to keep pace with evolving threats.
With the explosion of AI-generated content, deepfakes and fabricating is spreading faster than ever. Experts warn this could erode public trust, heighten political tensions, and threaten democratic stability. Reporting for the Daily Brief, I am Mai Maina.
What do you think AI has done for you as a citizen in this Kenya?
As a citizen, I feel AI has made it easier to access information, but unfortunately, this has, on the negative side, led to erosion of aspects such as critical thinking and how well the memory can process information, and it's now become how fast can you access AI.
Imam, the cybersecurity, as a citizen of this country, what do you think about it?
Okay, well, I personally, you see, for me, I already own an e-commerce website where I normally sell men's jewelry and then also accessories, let's say belts and so on and so forth. And for me, once you talk about cybersecurity, I think it has impacted us in a positive light, because you'll find that we may tend to have individuals who may try sort of like, is it lacking a better word, hack our systems, where we have put e-teams and where KRA are involved. So we are really trying to invest ourselves in sort of like integrating people, experts actually in the field of cybersecurity, to sort of enhance the performance of the websites, to ensure that funds are not being drawn out of different channels, and more importantly, to just improve the whole IT sector. So yeah, for me, cybersecurity, it has been very much, has been a plus for me. Yeah.
Scam artists are now using AI to clone voices to trick unsuspecting victims.
The power of generative AI is here, but this tech comes with significant risks that can directly impact the future of scams. Criminals now use AI to supercharge phishing attacks, creating fake identities and mimicking voices or writing styles to infiltrate sensitive data. AI can even generate realistic fake news and videos, blurring the line between what's real and what's not. Here's what Spokio's CEO had to say about the dangers of AI-fueled misinformation.
They're using these deepfakes to pass the interviews, get hired, and then hack into the American company systems. So we actually are doing an audit to make sure that our team members are actually real.
AI will continue to make it harder to spot the truth and identify scams in the future. Stay alert and stay informed.
Yes, I am joined by a cybersecurity expert who will let us know how cybersecurity attacks are becoming more sophisticated. What makes AI-driven attacks different?
AI is not a new technology, but it is also new to so many people. So the attacks are mostly automated. So the difference between the AI attacks and the normal attacks is that AI attacks are mostly automated. So it's not a human doing it, but it's a machine. So you find that they're more rampant and they're more sophisticated, just like you said, because it is automated, meaning that the machine is going to do it and it doesn't tire. So machines don't tire, so it becomes more hard to tackle them because of that.
How can citizens protect their personal data and rising threats?
Data protection is pretty simple, as you know. It's reducing your attack vectors. In that protection is number one, confidentiality part of it, the integrity and the availability. So that's the CIA protocols of cybersecurity. But the protection part is ensuring that you secure a device where you authenticate it. You have multi-factor authentication, which is pretty sure you've heard of those. Then you have password, good passwords also help in that. Also you have authentication, two-factor authentication, I'm pretty sure we had with Microsoft authenticators and Google authenticators. Such applications also help in security of applications. But that is on the application part of it. On the security part of it, physically, it means that you also have to be aware of the social engineering aspects, in that knowing that the person texting you, the person messaging you, the person giving you information is actually the person you're actually supposed to get it from, and not someone who's trying to fish.
The big question is Kenya prepared for the large-scale cyber incidents?
Because in security, you're never prepared. Nothing is ever secure. So about operations is just minimizing the risk vectors. knowing that, okay, this is what you're going to lose more, so you make sure that this is you have to tackle more and reduce the risk on it. And the ones that can be, or rather the ones that can be ranked as a low risk, what you do is you put them, don't throw them away, but you put them a bit low. So yes, you can tackle the risks, yes, you can be able to manage, but a big issue tackling for the country, I don't think you're capable enough, because the government is not capable enough to handle that. A private company, yes, but the government, I don't think so.
We also had Frederick Owino from Homa Bay County telling us more information regarding the rise of AI and how it has affected most of the people in our country, Kenya, and what should be done to curb it or how to manage it.
AI is a good thing, but now the problem with the AI is when people over depend on artificial intelligence to write the exams, to do their thing, to not like they use AI not to think for themselves. It's very bad. But the rise in AI is also good in the sense that we are going the digital way, and we have to go with the trends of the world. So if AI is with us, let us try and moderate the usage of AI, not to bring it into the academic world, not only academic world, in other aspects, so that we don't lose the originality of the thing, because the originality of a thing is better off than the artificial part of a thing. Thank you very much.
Every day, over 15 million members are transforming Africa. $15 million members, empowered to learn, to create, to grow, to harvest, to lead, to dream. Equity. Karibu member.
That's all you had for you on the Daily Brief News program. Remember, information empowers, but only when it's understood. I am Lynette Kamande. Thank you for joining us. See you next time right here on the Daily Brief.
So what do you do for a living?
Mimi na job kwa gym. Kulainisha hizo ma biceps na
Sorry,
ma.
let me reply to this WhatsApp.
So what do you like doing for fun?
Oh, Facebooking. Do you know what Facebook is? Yeah. I don't think you do.
Who you them? Anacheki fala nini? So where do you live?
Karen!
So are you single, Lama?
I really need to tweet this.
You seemed quite preoccupied during your date with Masculine Babe.
With who?
The guy you were on the date with.
It's just this new service from Safaricom, Chatitude Bundle. Lets me chat on Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp for just 10 bob per day.
Where do you go to school?
Let me...
Dem alikuwa jua Facebook, ma Twitter, sijui WhatsApp, time yote.
Would you like to see her again?
Karibu tu.
Enjoy chatting on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter with the Chatitude Bundle at only 10 shillings daily from Safaricom.